Welcome, everybody, to this episode of the Triple B Experience. Before I start, I just want to thank the guys, Mav and Cable, but I'm going, things have happened in everybody's life, and I want to still keep doing this podcast, and I just want to give them a shout out and thank them. But we're going to go different format. We're downsizing some of the shows, and we're just going to have this the Triple B Experience, where I talk about pulp culture, pro wrestling, things I love to talk about, maybe some sports, and also my Steelers show that I do on Wednesdays right now during the off season. And then when we get into the regular season, I'll be doing that show twice a week because I'm getting very busy in my personal life because I got to plan something super big in the fall and work and stuff. But I just wanted to cut it down to this format. I'm done explaining it, and I want to move on to be entertaining because also we're going to bring some guests on here to the Triple B Experience show. We're going to do some interviews, and I'm going to get everybody from all walks of life because I've been talking about it for years. I haven't done it, but I'm going to get some people that I wanted to get on, and we are going to get them on. I got a planner sitting over here to my left. I got highlighters to my right. And I'm going to get everybody. I got some dates available that I got them put in, and we are going to get them. And I believe my first guests are going to be Chris Royce and Donnie Fulmer, formerly of the APWF Tag Team Champions, Team Tap Out. I'm going to interview those guys, and I'm also working on Brandon Watkins from Watkins Boxing to talk about the boxing that he does in Indiana, Pennsylvania, and he's getting ready for the Gold Glove. He's got some boxers that are going to be competing in February, and we're going to get that in. And I got some other invites out to some awesome people that I've known throughout my life, friends, and also people that if I can get them on the show, I'm going to try to get anybody I can get because every experience is always an experience, and I want to do that here on this show. So welcome to the Triple B Experience. I am the host with the most, the one-man band, Bad Bubba Brewer, as you see the Macho Man shirt tonight, because it's Royal Rumble weekend, people. It's the Rumble, and it's the start of WrestleMania. But before we talk about some wrestling topics, let me get to the social media, the Facebook page, because I know some people get on and they like to comment as they do on my Steelers show, the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show. So I want to get everything situated and get them on and see who's out there. I know it's Friday night. I know people are going out. Hey, Scotty DeGastro, Sean, thanks for tuning in to the Triple Experience podcast show. You guys can throw your questions out. If it's Steeler questions, I'll answer them too because we do that on Wednesdays. But you know what? I'll do it if you guys want to talk about stuff. We are uncut, uncensored, and we are raw because that's the only way I can be. And I'm here because I've been doing this podcast for a while now, and I've just downsized the format, and I'm just going to be doing what I can do to promote. Brian Yeager, thanks for tuning in. Brother Paul Atlas, thank you for tuning in because, hey, you guys, I am definitely going to get some independent wrestlers. I want to get some wrestlers on my show to do interviews. So I guarantee I'll be throwing you guys a line out there and get you guys on the show, both of you. I'm doing something different, do something new, something I've always wanted to do in 2023. And I want to talk to people that I have experiences with in my life that are bringing stuff to the format that can actually talk about it on my show and get the word out and tell some cool stories, when they come on. So like I said, I'm down to two shows, the Triple B Experience and the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show where we talk to Steelers. And this show is where we talk pulp culture wrestling. And we're going to do the interviews on this show because I'm just changing the format just a bit in 2023. So Travis, thanks for tuning in to the Triple B Experience. Sometimes I get my words messed up because at one time I had so many damn shows I couldn't remember what the hell I was doing. So, okay, let's start it off with a lot of, hey, Larry Stryker from Extreme Podcast. How are you doing this evening? And yes, Larry and the boys will be on this show to talk wrestling because they have a show that they talk and they interview a whole bunch of stuff. That's right, Shane. I'm working on it. I appreciate you special field correspondent Shane Stodmiller. Shane, I appreciate everything you do. And Shane, we are going to start interviewing some people. And I know you gave me some names and stuff, and I'm ready to go. I got a planner. And like I said, it's the one-man band right now. The format has changed, and I can do these podcasts and do these interviews every night because I don't work. This is my job right here after a certain time after I get out of the gym. I want to get this podcast, this thing a little bigger and a little better, and I hope I can. But if I can't, I'm going to still keep doing it because I like to do it, and I gives me something to do, and I want to bring it to you guys. So I appreciate all you guys, and like I said, I'm going to get the Extreme Podcast guys on, Larry and the guys, and I'm going to interview them because you know what? They interviewed me, and it's only right to do that. That's how I feel, and I have the, this is how I'm doing it. And if nobody likes how I'm doing it, then don't tune in. But I am doing what I want to do. So we're going to go from there. Like I said, I got some interviews. And hey, Gary Schatz, thanks for tuning into the Triple B Experience podcast show. But I just heard some stuff in the pulp culture world, guys, until we get into some wrestling world, because I'm going to talk about that because actually right now I'm watching SmackDown. I don't know if they're going to announce any more matches for the Rumble tomorrow night. I don't think they are, but you never know. You never know. No, you don't know. But honestly, I know HBO Max and Warner Brothers has canceled 2 of their shows. They have canceled Titans and Doom Patrol. I'm not happy about either one because I enjoy both of those shows. But since the DC universe is actually revamping everything, all this stuff's going to go. Thank you, Larry. Love the show. Can't wait. Thank you so much, Larry. I'm about ready to kick ass and take names. Like, I'm going to get some wrestlers independent. If I can get some guys that made it to the mountaintop, I'm getting it. I'm getting anybody that I possibly can to make an interview experience like no other on this podcast. And I'm just here to use this platform as a runoff. Hayden Stodmiller, thanks for tuning in, bud, to the Titans was a good show. You're right. Yeah, they're going to finish it up, Shane. I know this last season, it's 4 seasons. I think they're going to do 6 episodes, and they're wrapping it up. The last episodes in season 4 weren't that good. I did like the Hood series line, and I did like Deathstroke. Who doesn't like Deathstroke in any type of DCU stuff? I thought he was pretty good. Yes, hey, Donnie Fulmer. I was just talking about you. You and Chris are going to be my first guests whenever we can get it finalized, hopefully next week. I know you're busy. You're a very busy man. But we are going to have Donnie Fulmer, Chris Royce, Team Tap Out, former APWF champions here on the show to talk about what they've been doing. We're just going to do a cool interview and they could talk about stuff and stuff they've been doing, so it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Hayden says, Bubba, got some friends over watching TV. Oh, thanks. How big's your TV, brother? It's probably widescreen. I got the kids up north watching me. Hayden, thank you very much. But I am unhappy that hi, Bella, how are you? I am unhappy that the Titan series is going out because who doesn't like this Titan series where the boy wonder kicks ass, swears, and hooks up with girls? 70 inches. Oh, that's a good TV, man. Tell your dad that's a good TV. So I like this series, but like I said, since James Gunn has taken over the Marvel, I'm sorry, not the Marvel. Since he's out of the Marvel, he's going into the DC world. Everything is going to be scrapped. Everything is going to be scrapped. And also Doom Patrol. I don't know if you guys have watched Doom Patrol. Hey, Bob Roofner, Barbecue Bob. Thank you, brother, for tuning in. And Bob, I'm giving you an invite to the Triple B Experience. I got the planner over here, and we can talk about your business on how you cook the best goddamn barbecue stuff in Indiana County, brother. This is what it's all about, man. Pulp culture and interviewing people I want to interview. And I'm gonna explode this show to the top, which it wasn't at the top. It was great before, but I tell you what, I'm just churning it, and I can set up interviews and do a whole bunch of stuff. And it's not like I can't bring in guests for pulp culture. Okay, cool. Thanks, Bob. He said it sounds like a plan. I'm sure if a cable has some other stuff going on in his life, if he ever wanted to come back on and shoot the shit about a pulp culture, I'm all cool with that. Okay, Donnie says maybe a better chance with Gunn. Yeah, but I don't like Donnie how he's revamping everything, because I know in this next last Guardians of the Galaxy movie is going to be a travesty. Get your tissues, because it's going to happen. I do believe Rocket Raccoon is going to get. I'll bring some barbecue. Okay, brother. Well, I'll get a hold of you, Bob, and we'll set it up. You know, you got a good following, man, and you cook some good shit, really good shit. So, but yeah, Donnie, I think you're probably right. Everybody's going to be revamped. All these characters. I'm still a little bit upset, Donnie, about how and what they did to Henry Cavill. I am totally upset what they did to Superman, because I was probably one of the few people that actually liked Black Adam, because I liked The Rock. I thought it was good. So I heard about Bob's Pizza. Bob's Pizza tells me about it. Well, Bob's Pizza, yes. This Triple B experience is always sponsored by Bob's Pizza in Indiana, Pennsylvania, and Alley Cat Beverage in Clymer, Pennsylvania. And I'm going to get Amanda from Alley Cat Beverage on, and I'm going to have her jump on the Steelers show, because she's a big Steeler fan, and we could talk beer and football. Hey, Boothie, thanks for tuning in, brother. Woo! I'm thinking. I got my. Here's your best wrestler ever, Booth, right here. I remember that from back in the day. That's right, Booth. You were a big Macho Man fan, big, huge Macho Man. Hey, Beth from Florida, thanks for tuning in. Shane, I love Black Adam too. I love Black Adam. I thought it was good. Hey, Booth, just doing the podcasting stuff. You know me, I can't shut my mouth. I talk all the time. I never shut up. So yeah. Oh yeah. 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 I was a Hogan. Well, I liked Piper back in the day, and I know you liked Savage, but I can't believe that I fit in this shirt because it was 3X, and by God, I'm bringing out the guns because I just at the gym, so I'm looking a little small in a 3X, a little small, but I'm just keep on chucking. I'm down about 20 some pounds, people. I got to get down more because I got to go back to my doctor, so I don't have her bitching. So I like I said, I hate little doctors that bitch all the time. So I got things to do, because in October I'm walking down that aisle. That's right, Booth. You heard it. Walking down that aisle, man, in October, getting ready to say I do. I've made the plans. Me and Tammy talked about it. I know she's probably going to be really, really pissed because I actually said this on social media on the podcast show. But you know what, though? I think when I was talking on Facebook about asking for caters, I think people kind of got the point that, oh my God, there's a date set. No Dairy Queen, brother. No Dairy Queen. No. I haven't been to Dairy Queen in over a month. Fuck them. I don't need a Blizzard. I'm good. I haven't had ice cream. I'm watching what I eat, going to the gym and hitting the bags at Brandon's place. So I'm good to go. But okay, I love your no. Yes, I do believe that. That is a bad move. Did not have to revamp. I agree with you. That's why DC is here. Marvel is up here. Now, a lot of DC TV shows are very, very good. DC's kicked Marvel's ass in animation for many years, but their comic books are not as good as Marvel, and Marvel got to quit rebooting stuff. And I can get on a comic book tantrum. Oh, thank you, Beth. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's going to be a party. I'm ready. She's ready. We've been together for over 8 years. I've been trying to, I was trying since 1980. Hayden, I understand your plea, but just wait and see. I think everything's probably going to be like the Peacemaker. I think James Gunn is going to be taking obscure DC characters and creating some good characters and not making it so much of a Marvel type movie. His Suicide Squad movie was very good, and The Peacemaker. Now, I think your dad lets you watch The Peacemaker, I believe. You're old enough. It was good. And that was best John Cena ever did. Was 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 the Peacemaker TV show. So good. It was very good. So hopefully, and they're pretty soon, like in the summer, when we talk about it, I know the Flash movie's supposed to come out, but that guy gets arrested more than anybody I've ever met in my entire life. And if that was me, I wouldn't be able to make a movie. I wouldn't be able to do anything. Hayden says, I have faith in Marvel, but can't get over how bad Ragnarok. You didn't like Ragnarok? Ragnarok was good. It was, you're probably thinking Love and Thunder. Love and Thunder was not very good. Not very good for a Marvel Thor movie. And it was very upsetting. But I did like, I don't know, Hayden, if you know, I don't know what your feel on the Wakanda Forever. I thought that was very good. I thought Prince Namor was a kick-ass kind of character. And that's just the way he is. He beats people up. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you can only be Love and Thunder. Okay, yeah, Ragnarok was pretty good. Ragnarok was one of the best, and then they just got too comical in Love and Thunder, and we don't need too much comical shit in Marvel or comic book stuff. Like I'm about a little bit of humor, not so much. Not everything's got to be an Adam Sandler movie. You know what I mean? So that now Doom Patrol, it's a little unique. I don't know if any of you guys watched that, but that's going to be canceled also. Now Brandon Fraser had a role as the robot in that, and now he's getting to be a big time actor now with that movie. He's looking for an Oscar nomination, and all as he was the voice. I mean, he was in there for a couple episodes. It's your X-Men on acid, probably, as much as I could say. It's not like the X-Men, but it was the concept in DC comic books was that, and then you got the X-Men later on in the Marvel stuff. You got a doctor in a wheelchair, you know what I mean? The Well. Thank you so much, special field correspondent Shane. That was the movie that could get him an Oscar nomination. Dan Keat, thanks for tuning in to the Triple B Experience. This is the first show. Wakanda Forever was good. Yeah, Hayden, it was. Yes, this is the first show with the new format, and I'm downsizing, and we're going strong. And this is what I used to do back in the day when I used to work with Solo Hulk. Oh, I hope they do Connor. I hope they do a Hulk. I hope they do, but I don't think they will. I'm tired of him tagging up with everybody. The Hulk needs to kick everybody's ass. But also too, Connor, if they do War Hulk, he's beating the fuck out of everybody, destroying everybody. He's the world breaker Hulk. That's the way he needs to be. That's the way he should be. Yes. And I totally agree with you on that, Donnie. They need to fire the guy who plays Fash and keep Cavell. Yes. But yes, I know there's a few Hulk fans on here, and I know Donnie Fulmer's one of them, and I would love a solo, good, incredible Hulk. I liked Ed Norton. Mark Ruffalo will be there. I'm okay with whatever, but I did like Ed Norton when the Incredible Hulk was out, when he fought the Abomination. I did like that. Connor, I did like that. And, you know, I don't think they'll do it due to the fact is of they just probably won't, you know, so it is what it is, you know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. So, like I said, Doom Patrol, Titans, canceled. Warner Brothers, HBO, down the tubes. They're going to revamp stuff. James Gunn's coming, canceling shows. And also this other show that got canceled this week. 3 shows that I watch that got canceled, which is unreal. Cobra Kai. Season 6, that is it. They might go into some movies. They might splinter it off. I don't know. But here I am, 51 years old, and want to watch a TV show that has a whole bunch of kids in it that reminds me of the 1980s. And Johnny Lawrence was the bad guy, but in 2021, he's the good guy, and Ralph Macchio was the bad guy. I never liked Ralph Macchio in anything. Hayden says, did you see Hugh Jackman post the Wolverine mask? I did not see that. But I do know, Hayden, that him and Ryan Reynolds will play the social media like a violin for the whole way up to Deadpool. And that's the way it's going to be. I think this Deadpool movie is going to kick ass. It's going to be worth it to see it probably 3 times. It's going to be good. I have a funny feeling they're going to do cameos. They're going to do some crazy stuff. And yes, I knew you were going to say something, Donnie. You're totally right. They do owe us a Solo Hulk. World War Hulk. He just beats everybody's ass. You can't get better than that. You can't get better than that. That's one of the greatest Hulk comic book stories of all time is Planet Hulk and World War Hulk. It's the greatest story that was written. I mean, they killed his wife, people. They set him on a ship because he was too drunk to hang out with everybody. So what they did was they blindfolded him, put him in a car. Then the car was a spaceship, and they fucking zoomed him off to space. He found this planet, and what'd he do? He took over, started to be a gladiator, beat everybody up, then became king of the planet and hooked up with the girl and had a kid, and then the spaceship exploded. And then he was pissed and he went back to Earth to kick everybody's ass. When you piss off somebody, when they do something to their other half or woman, the world's coming. War Breaker Hulk. War Breaker Hulk. Yes, I have. Connor, yes, I have. I love them. I bought the whole comic book series, both volume 1 and 2. And I love the series on the animation stuff. That's pretty good stuff from Disney Plus. And yes, they did. Yes. 6 seasons. Donnie, 6 seasons. And then I think they might spin off into some other TV shows or a movie. I don't know. I mean, Ralph Macchio is 65 years old, but he plays like he's 42. It's amazing. I don't know what he's smoking or what he's drinking, but it's amazing. And I know every girl loves Ralph Macchio. My sister, I think, had a Ralph Macchio poster on her wall, I think. I don't know. But, I mean, that's the way it is. But, yeah, so 3 shows this week have been canceled. And I still have not. The Bad Batch is good. I'm up to episode 4 on that, Shane. And I haven't seen this week's yet because I've been so busy. Because I've been watching a lot more wrestling now and sports. Comic Breaker, World Breaker. Yes. Oh, it's great. You can get that in a graphic novel, Hayden. It's probably cheaper than going out and buying some individual comics. Because sometimes that's a lot better because sometimes you can't get the comics individual because they're so expensive now. So if you go to I know Indiana does, but I know there's some comic book stores that have them. New Dimensions probably have them too. So you can get I think it's probably 6 or 7 issues in one. It's good. It's something else, man. It is something else, So, but also besides these shows being canceled, okay, they canceled the voice of Rick and Morty. I love that cartoon. I span it. It's been my best animated thing for the last couple years when we were doing that show at the end of the year, which I'll still do it. You know what I mean? But yes, they canceled him out because you cannot have your girlfriend and you cannot, hold him captive and kidnap him. You just can't do that. So, hey, Benjamin, thanks for tuning in. Hey, Freight Train, Ryan, thanks for tuning in, guys. If you guys have any sports question or Steeler stuff, please drop me a comment, man. I'm doing all kind of stuff, pulp culture, anything. I got a little format here I'm going off, but it's all raw, unscripted, and it's still uncensored. Love the Savage shirt. Yes. I got a couple that fit me, brother. I got a couple that fit me. So, Connor, my thoughts on the Breaking Bad show, one of the best shows ever written. Connor, how old are you to be watching Breaking Bad? Your mom and dad got you started off right. Oh, Hayden, yes, Rick and Morty. But see, the voice guy who does the voices of Rick and Morty has just got fired as of the other day, so they're looking for some actors, and the only thing I could do is say Pickle Rick. That's it. I mean, if I could say Pickle Rick 1,000 times, I would want to get paid, Hayden. Pickle Rick! Yeah, I can't. It's the only thing I can do. It's the only thing I can do, brother. But if they paid me millions of dollars, I would do it. Hey, Lisa, thanks for tuning in. Matt, thanks for tuning in. You guys, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in to this first epic, historic Triple B Experience podcast where I'm just talking pulp culture and I'm just talking to everybody here. I'm loving it. And like I said before, we're going to get some interviews on this show because I only got 2 shows now. This show and the Steeler podcast show that I'm running all season long. 16. Oh, okay, cool. Okay. God bless you. God bless you. That's awesome. Friday nights, listen to the Triple B Experience. Thank you, guys. That's awesome. I wish they would make another season of the Punisher series. Freight Train. They're going to incorporate him into Disney Plus. He's coming into the MCU. John Berthenol is coming. And I'll tell you what, Berthenol is a badass as the Punisher, the best version of the Punisher ever. And he's coming to MCU. He's coming. He's probably going to be in the Daredevil series that's getting filmed as we speak. Hayden, give us another pickle Rick. Hey, I got to please the kids, man. Yes, it is. But I look, man. You cannot do that, and they will cancel you if you do something that crazy. So, his name was Justin Roland. He's done. So, I mean, that's terrible. Shiki Abdul Hassan, my Cleveland brother. Thank you for tuning in to the Triple B Experience. And I'm going to tell you right now, Shiki, I need to get you on during football season when we face you guys in Cleveland or when Cleveland comes here. If you're game, I'm game, brother. I'm also game to talk about your wrestling career too. So if you ever want to do an interview with me, brother, please, let's get it going. And I will be more than happy to get you on and we could talk about some cool stuff back in the day, man. It'd be a fireside chat with me and you. Cowboy, thanks for tuning in. Hey, my brother, Rich Smoke, what's up, man? Philadelphia over the 49ers. I hate to say it, but Philadelphia is a strong team. Philadelphia is probably going to be winning the Super Bowl. And my boy, Mr. Smoke, he knows he's got a good team offensively on both offense and defense. You know, I believe that the Super Bowl is going to have to go through Philadelphia. He says, "Fly, Eagles, fly." Brother, you got nothing but to cheer, and it's an exciting year for you, and congratulations, because you kicked our ass. But hey, you're going to the NFC Championship. You just got to stop George Kittle. You know, if you could stop Kittle, I think the young quarterback, it's going to be Cinderella. It's going to strike 12. I hate to say it. It was great, but it happens to the best. Happened to Big Ben. It's going to happen to this kid. Bella asked, what is your opinion on Taylor Swift? I love these kids' question. Taylor Swift is an angry girl who just writes songs because she's heartbroken. Yes, and I would never pay any money to go see Taylor Swift, and I'm too old to watch Taylor Swift there, Bella. Now you might be a big fan. I like Cyndi Lauper. Or, you know what, Bella? Listen to some Stevie Nicks. Stevie Nicks. There you go. Not Taylor. I don't like Taylor Swift. I'm an old man. I'm sorry. Stevie Nicks. Richard, going to be a tough game. I think the key here is taking Purdy out of the game. He's young, needs confidence, but first defense in the NFL history to have 4 players with 10 sacks. I'm thinking we can get some major pressure. Yes, I agree with you. Fleetwood Mac is greater than Swift. Yes. Stevie Nicks, kid. Listen to Stevie. I like Cyndi Lauper too, but Taylor Swift is no. But yes, congratulations on a great season, Rich, and we're going to get you on, you know what I mean? And maybe we'll get you on Super Bowl weekend when you get in so we can discuss that on a Steelers show. That'd be something too, a little bit of something extra because you've been been on the show before as a guest, and you have a welcome invitation anytime to the Steeler Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show, brother. And if you want to come on this show and talk about some pulp culture like you wanted to do, the door is open, brother. It's a different format, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in. The Steelers will be back. Damn right. I love to pop on and hype the team up. Yes. Gotcha, brother. We will do that. I will definitely. I'm bringing Freight Train is coming on from the Steelers Realm podcast next Wednesday for my 50th Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show. Freight trade's coming in. Hopefully we get some more people in. But definitely, Rich, I will be get in touch with you for the week of the Super Bowl. That Wednesday before the Super Bowl, brother, and bring you on. You can wear your green stuff and you can be fucking flying high as an eagle. Because if your team's in, I wouldn't have it any other way, brother. So I tell you what, good luck to you Sunday. I hope everything you want comes true, brother. Kelly Brewer, thanks for tuning in, sis. Do you have any questions, Kel, about pulp culture? Just bring it, because I was just asked about Taylor Swift, and I gave it. Stevie Nicks is better than Taylor Swift. I'm sure you never listen to Taylor Swift, Cal. It's okay. So, but also, too, now I want to get into some pro wrestling talk here, because, hey, it's the week of Royal Rumble. But before I do that, I want to talk about my thoughts on Raw's 30th anniversary. I thought it was okay. I thought the Bloodline storyline that opened the show was so well done. I mean, I like the Hulkster coming out. Who didn't like the Hulkster coming out? Because really that's all he can do is say, hey, brother, and, what you going to do? So, yes, Rich, WrestleMania, wrestling time, because Stone Cold said so. Yes. Well, speaking of Stone Cold, there is speculation and rumors that Stone Cold will be wrestling Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. That is speculation. That is rumor. So I'm okay with that, but I wanted to see The Rock, because they're in Hollywood at WrestleMania, and The Rock come this weekend to the Rumble. But as I've been hearing stuff, he's not ring ready to go in, which is terrible. Austin is greater than Reigns. Yeah, I believe so. But my other half loves Roman Reigns. Tammy loves Roman Reigns. And I like Roman Reigns from fighting leukemia and coming back. But I honestly thought it was great that they turned him heel like this, because I don't like to be force-fed to be cheering for baby faces, because I hated that with John Cena. I like John Cena as the Peacemaker, and I thought it was, oh my God, you guys are. Let's see. Hold on. I don't know. Connor, I don't know much about MMA. Tony Ferguson's versus Conor McGregor in his prime. Who wins? Well, whoo. Ooh. Well, real quick, I'm going to say, I'm just guessing because I don't even know who the hell Tony Ferguson is. But I'm going to go with Tony Ferguson, because Conor McGregor is a smart-ass punk. I mean, I'm sure he could kick my ass, but, Oh, your dad does a great Savage impersonation? Oh, okay, cool. I gotta have to hear that. And then Rich says they overdid Reigns here. No pun intended. What I hate is they force these champions to stick around too long. Yeah, back in the day, the title changed hands in some great matches. He has gotten too obvious and bland. Yeah, WWE, it's more entertainment, brother. It's more entertainment. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Tony over Conor McGregor. Boy, you kids must be eating popcorn thinking of some stuff to say. That's cool. I love it though. I love it. It's great. I love it. But I also my thoughts, the D-Generation X segment with Kurt Angle was funny. None of them guys are just like me. They can't work anymore in the ring, and they don't need to. The Imperium is a great faction. And I know Seth Rollins and the Street Profits came out, but I do like, Undertaker. The Rock in his prime for us is Undertaker all the way, Connor. Yeah, Taker all the way. All the way. Taker is a force, kid. He's a force. The Rock is great, but is not as great as the Undertaker. Like, if you got a Mount Rushmore of wrestling, Taker's on every single one. Rich says, I'll take Kane and Undertaker as a tag over anyone. They were unstoppable. That's why they were the Brothers of Destruction. They were bad. Boy, Connor, you got some great questions, man. But yes, Undertaker by far over The Rock. And even The Rock versus Stone Cold, Connor, Austin all the way. JC Day, thanks for tuning in. Connor versus me. I'm going to make that as a draw, Hayden, because there should be no fighting while you're watching TV at your house. Because your dad would be pulling his hair out. And I know he doesn't have that much because he got a crew cut. So, but yeah, Taker all the way, all day long. So, but I know the main event. I'll take my Hayden. I'll take my 14-month-old son over Connor. Rich says, "Yeah, Connor. I don't like Connor in MMA. I don't. I never did. I thought he was just always I mean, he's entertaining, but I just didn't. I don't know. The last time I saw his match is the match that he broke his ankle because he was talking all that schmack, and he went down and snapped his ankle in half. Yeah, Rich says I liked him at first, but he just got too cocky. Yeah, yeah. And I'm not a big MMA because some of those matches aren't like pro wrestling matches because an MMA match could end in like a minute and a half, and you pay like all that big money. At least pro wrestling, sports entertainment. You know what I mean? You know, they run the ropes, take a powder, and it just makes it a little more of a match. Hi, cousin Scott from Florida. How you doing? Thanks for tuning into the Triple B Experience. If you have any pop culture questions, pop them on. We just talked about some cancelizations of Titans and Doom Patrol and the firing of the voice of Rick and Morty. And now we're on the lovely 30th anniversary of Monday Night Raw and doing all that stuff. I paid for a Chuck DeLeo fight once. It ended in 38 seconds. Cost me $70. Yeah, that's what it means. I rather watch pro wrestling than, I mean, I like MMA, don't get me wrong. I like boxing too. But for the pure spectrum of longevity and long of a match, pro wrestling by far, even independent or the higher ups. You know, I mean, I went to WrestleMania. So, I mean, yeah, I feel your pain. Paying 70 lasted 30 seconds. You couldn't even go get it. By the time you opened your beer, the match was over. You know, that's the crazy part. But also, too, they brought back Brock Lesnar on the 30th because I think Vince is back. So Vince is still whatever. I don't know. He's trying to sell the company. And because I really haven't talked a lot of pro wrestling on the shows in the past, but now I'm going to because it is WrestleMania season. And I do like to talk about wrestling because I watch wrestling all the time. I think I watch wrestling maybe 10 hours a week. So I watch a lot of wrestling and a lot of pop culture. So everything I watch, we're going to talk about on this show, besides doing some interviews with some great people. And we're going to do that too. And I'm just going to be making it as entertaining. And this first show here with this experience show, you guys just, oh my God, with these questions, it's awesome. And I don't mind answering questions. It's just my opinion. You know, do you support the sale of the WWE, or do you think it'll lead to the death of the brand? They're going to sell it. They're going to sell it, Rich, but the rumor with the Saudi Arabia, that was never going to happen. I believe they probably sell it to Peacock or Disney. But Disney is going to be a monopoly and own everything. And my God, it's like Walmart. Walmart on this side of the state. It's like Dollar General. I don't know what you have on the other side of the state, but we got Sheetses and Walmart over here, and Dollar Generals, Walmarts, and Sheetses. I know you got Walmarts over there, but I don't know if you guys have Sheetses and Dollar General stores. There's a Dollar General store every 10 feet. So, yeah, I would say Peacock, the Peacock Network, or Disney. Rich thinks Peacock is better choice. Disney will kill it. Yeah, because the Peacock Network actually, they get a little bit more explicit kind of shows. You know, you got Walmart, Dollar General, and Wawa. See, I only been to Wawa one time. Sprinkle them 7-Elevens. Well, you got some. We don't even have 7-Elevens over here, Rich. Yeah, we don't. So, but like I said, and then Brock come out and cost Bobby Lashley the match. And what's going to happen is I believe that's going to be a match at WrestleMania because Brock won one and Bobby Lashley won one. So they're going to break this tiebreaker. And as of right now, as I'm watching, doing this show, I'm multitasking, and they have Lacey Evans on the show, and I don't know what they're doing with her because they can't book her right. She looks like $1 million. She does this Marine gimmick, and she's very, very good. She looks great. I don't know what they do with her. They repackage her every 6 months. It's like, you know, terrible. But we're going to move on from it was a good, also too, Taker come out in his American Badass gimmick, and he went LA Knight, which is very good. LA Knight can cut a great promo, and yeah, she is money. Ex-Marine. She looks like $1 million. Smoking blonde. And she's in shape, and she could kick ass being an ex-Marine. That's money. That's you're printing money with that. But they'll mess it up. They usually do. Now they got her as a face. They got her as a heel. Shane, they just mess it up all the time. Okay, Donnie says they're working in the Cobra Clutch finish. Okay, I can see. I've heard that with Slaughter. I think she asked Slaughter, and it's okay, and that'll be good. She's $1 million. She could be a force when I get talking about the Rumble, though. Yeah, she is a former Marine. Yep. And that's what they need to do. She's a mother. She's a wife, and she can kick ass. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Rich says the Undertaker is the greatest wrestler of all time. He may not be as glamorous, but he's the best in my book. Your book is probably written by a lot of people, Rich. The Undertaker is something else. Now my greatest wrestler of all time is crazy. I mean, I love Taker. I seen him in a match in Florida against Edge, but my favorite wrestler, even though I've done some Hulk Hogan stuff, and people think I liked Hulk Hogan in his prime, but Roddy Piper was the king. Piper was the king with the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, the best tag team of all time, with the FTR coming very, very close to a third and second. And FTR is taking a break right now because their bodies are so beat up. They lost all their titles in Japan, in the United States, and they're the FTR and the Briscoe brothers, 3 matches in tag team, best trilogy I've seen in probably 20 years. And it's a shame of what happened to Jay Briscoe in that tragic car accident, and Mark coming on, and I was getting to that, and I'm just going to go to it. Oh, let's see. Piper's the best. Yeah, I agree with that. But the old stuff, Piper's old stuff is good in Pacific. And Rich says, longevity, talent, excitement, fun, dominant. Taker is so many things. If I had to go with number 2, I'd probably go with Stone Cold just for fun and relatability. I can't argue with either one of those. Piper is a hell of a fighter, agreed. Because Rich, Undertaker had the best gimmick of all time. That is the greatest gimmick of all time. No one will ever equal him into that. Nobody lived his character. Like when he was out in the fans, he played his character. He didn't break kayfabe when he went out. Now he does because he does interviews. He was on Stone Cold's podcast, and he was just at Steel City Con in Pittsburgh, which I couldn't even get into because I couldn't get into the damn thing anyway because it was overrun. There was thousands of people outside. So, yeah. So for pure Tommy, thanks for it in, Tommy Vance, for a pure gimmick and one of the men on the Mount Rushmore of wrestling. He's on a lot of people's Mount Rushmore. The greatest gimmick of all time, and I can't deny that. Undefeated at WrestleMania. Well, I was like my fucking mouth fell to the floor when Brock beat him, and Brock was good, but I mean I didn't see anybody ever beating him. And then Roman beat him, you know what I mean? But he was in the ring with LA Knight, and then Bray Wyatt come out on the anniversary show, and they were 2 ships passing in the night, and Taker whispered something to him. Nobody knows. It was a passing of the torch in my eyes, but also too, hey, Paul, thanks for tuning in. Go, yo, big guy, go Birds. You're going to have to tune in when I bring Mr. Smoke on. They should have let him retire undefeated all those years. Yes, I agree. Rich. I totally agree. But it was a shocking thing, and sometimes the shock value overweighs the longevity of something going undefeated. So I believe that. So, but he's going on Mount Rushmore. And he did say something to Bray. Nobody knows what he said. I think he passed the torch Monday night. Their ratings were pretty good for Monday because they didn't have to compete with any Monday Night Football. It's not like the ratings of old during the Attitude Era. But WWE is a hot commodity. They're on Monday, Tuesday. They're on right now. They got a pay-per-view Saturday, and other wrestling stuff. WWE Network. They are the number 1 company of professional wrestling in the world. You can't globally. Other companies do different things. Speaking of what's on TV right now, they had to switch the Sheamus and Drew McIntyre's name from the Bang Brothers because it was related to X-rated channels on the internet. So WWE didn't do their homework, and they just recently, as of today, had to take those names out and just call them by their regular wrestling names. So whoever's interning into WWE should pay attention when you see Bang Brothers. I could Google it right now. Google Bang Brothers, and you're going to get the XXX factor. It's hard to find good people to work anymore, I swear to God. Or they don't do their diligence, or they don't do their homework. But WWE has scrapped that tag team name. So it's crazy. Yes, someone to look at Pornhub. Yeah, that's what happened, but they didn't do it, Paul. All they had to do was just look. You go Google. I could Google it right now on my phone, but I don't want any viruses and shit. But I mean, that's just common sense. A lot of people in the world don't have common sense, but that's just the way it goes. But I just wanted to say also, Brazil's was a female tag team eventually. Yeah, yeah. And that was another thing they had to cut out too, probably. You know, it was called the sorority, something about the sorority sisters or something. And that Googled up, and they canceled that tag team too. That was, I think, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair back in the day. They just didn't do their homework, and it punched up. If you punched up sorority sisters, batang, you know what I mean? It was confetti time, and yeah, it was not a good thing. They just do their homework. WWE, do your homework. You got 1,000 interns. By God, you're always on the internet. Back in the day, you would actually go out and steal people's gimmicks in indie wrestling, and then have people start them on the next day on Raw. Someone on WWE booking committee was, yeah, they were doing that, brother. They were playing when they shouldn't have been playing. But I want to. Then again, we once watched Edge and Lee. Yes, Legendita was pretty heated in the middle of the ring. That's right. Randy, thanks for tuning in. Robbie, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, that was an explicit. That was a AAA. That was a rated R superstar segment. Yeah. Oh, hey, Booth. Glad you're still on, brother. I'm glad I'm entertaining everybody that you guys are on. And I want to get back to some AEW wrestling because it was an emotional week for AEW when Warner Brothers actually let Mark Briscoe wrestle on TBS. They weren't going to let any of the brothers wrestle due to comments that they made years ago. So comments that you made years ago, and you're in this business or any business, will come back to haunt you. And I mean, it's a shame that Jay tragically got killed in that car wreck, and Mark. They let Mark wrestle on AEW Dynamite in the main event, and he wrestled Jay Lethal at one of the most emotional main events I've seen in a long time. You know, so Bill, thanks for tuning in. Come back to Haunted Hogan, though, too. Yes, it did. Cost Hogan a lot of money, but he sued gawkers for millions. So, but yeah, it was an emotional. Mark Briscoe went over on Jay Lethal. I know it for a fact because I lived it. It's very, very hard to lose somebody in the business when you're up down the road with them. I know that for a fact because I lived it. But to lose your brother, to tag with your brother, to be on the road with your brother for 23 years, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was not a Briscoe. Briscoe's had great tag matches. I was not a Briscoe fan, but I am a fan of their tag team concept on what they did. And like I said, if you want to watch anything lately, the best three matches with FTR was the greatest matches that I've seen last year, and what I've seen in tag team wrestling for many, many years. Many, many years. Unpopular comment coming match of the year went to the Briscoes and FTR, but the awards look like, yeah, it's terrible. Yeah. And that match was a great match, Paul. It was phenomenal. It had me on my seat. It was great. It was great. It's just, I'm glad that they let him wrestle on AEW because they had a memorial show, but they weren't going to show it on Warner Brothers due to the fact of what happened many years ago. It'll be on YouTube. Like I said last week, it'd be on YouTube or Ring of Honor stuff. But Tony Khan's got a lot of talent there. He's going to have to trim the fat to get back to basics. And Bryan Danielson is a machine, and MJF is the champion. And I can't wait to see that matchup. Yeah, it was emotional, Paul. I mean, I think Jay Lethal was more emotional than Mark Briscoe. I mean, Jay was just overstraught. You could see it in the ring. It was just the emotional was just, it was just, it's a pretty weak society. Oh, meaning about you can't say nothing. You got everybody's. Yeah. I don't want to get real. Yeah, people just they get butthurt real easy anymore. Literally, ha 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 ha. But yeah. Last time I saw emotional match, Rich said was Rey Mysterio losing to Eddie. Rey Mysterio. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that was bad. It's hard, man. It's so hard. I did it. It's hard. Your emotions are not in there, and you lose somebody, and you still got to go out and perform. And that's the thing that he did. Less than a week, he performed, and it was great. And my hat's off to Mark Briscoe, and I hopefully he gets a little bit more in AEW. He's the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. I don't know what they're going to do with the belts. maybe give him a partner, or is he going to defend him himself? I don't know. I think they have a pay-per-view here pretty soon, so we'll have to see. So, but I know the Rumble is this weekend, guys, and the Royal Rumble matches of 2023. They got they're going to have Roman Reigns defends his title, defends the Universal WWE Universal Championship against Kevin Owens. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm rolling eyes too, brother. Yeah. Yeah. So Roman Reigns is definitely going to, keep his title. I'm just going to go through it real quick. Just he's going to keep his title over Kevin Owens. I don't know if Sami Zayn is not supposed to be anywhere near due to the fact of the Bloodline storyline from Monday when they did the trial. Happy Rumble weekend. Yeah, it's a great time to watch wrestling right now. Actually, my greatest Rumble was when Ric Flair won. I thought that was the greatest thing in the world, Ric Flair winning the Royal Rumble. Woo! I think that was awesome. Now, when I went to go see the Royal Rumble in Pittsburgh many years ago, I wanted Daniel Bryan to win, and I believe it was Batista that won. So I was kind of pissed off. So, I was booing because Batista won in Pittsburgh. Daniel Bryan was kicking ass and taking names, and they just didn't give it to him. So that was actually my worst one, being there live and seeing that atrocity ending of the Royal Rumble. So, and I like watching the Rumble. You don't know who's coming in. Thanks, Rich. Have a good night. Thank you, brother. We'll chat soon, and we're going to plan something. I'll get a hold of you, Rich. You got to win the NFC Championship, and then we'll talk, brother. Then you're in like Flynn. Congratulations. Hope it all works out for you Sunday at 3 o'clock kickoff. Thanks for tuning in, brother, and thanks for all your questions that you and comments. Thank you so much. Thank you. So anyway, I'm going with Roman Reigns over Kevin Owens, the Raw's Championship match. Champion Bianca Belair, great athlete, great champion, against Alexa Bliss, who's going crazy. I don't know. She's under the spell of Bray Wyatt. I don't know. I like Bianca Belair. I love her. I think she's great, and I think she's probably going to lose the title because I can't see him keeping Reigns with a title and Bianca with a title and going into the Rumble. But stranger things have happened. I'm going to go with Bianca, but Bliss will probably take the title. So I guess I'm double dipping, I guess. So this match here is the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match, which I never heard of this in my entire goddamn life. Mountain Dew. I'm waiting for the Cherokee Red match or the Orange Star Kiss match or, I don't know, the Ginger Ale Bowl. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so this match here is Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight. Like I said before, I love LA Knight on the mic. I think he's great. I think if they let Bray Wyatt do his gimmick and live his gimmick and do it the way he's supposed to do it, the way it should have been done many years ago, they can let Bray go and just rise up. And then we don't know what Taker told him. Maybe he'll say something about it. I guarantee he's never going to say anything about it unless he retires. And then they'll be like, oh, what'd Taker say to you that night on the Raw anniversary show, the 30th anniversary show? Oh, he told me this. He told me, don't take any wood nickels. That's what he told me. But I'm going to say Bray Wyatt over LA Knight in this match. And then the men's, let's go with the ladies. Let's go with the ladies first. The ladies Royal Rumble match, 30 ladies. I love Rumble matches. I think it's great. Hopefully we see some lady wrestlers we haven't seen before. Probably some WWE Hall of Fame legends. Probably maybe Jacqueline or Ivory or Paul says Rhea's going to win. I'm going to, you know what I'm going to say, Paul? I'm going to say Bayley goes. I think Bayley's going to win. I like Bayley because Bayley, they had that cage match. It was like a sneeze Monday due to the time constraints for the Bloodline segment. They didn't have enough time to do the cage match. Hey, Dawn, thanks for tuning in. How you been, Dawn? I think that Bayley will win, tag up with her people, and it'll come down to, but also, too, yours is a good choice, too. There has been speculation that she is going to do something because when she's doing with the Judgment Day, she hasn't really done anything besides, playing valet and manager and stuff where she needs to show. Now, Paul, that one time many years ago when she was the greatest thing in 3 days, she was awesome. I think she won the NXT title, went to Raw, went to SmackDown, whatever. She was on a pay-per-view. That best 3 days was the best Rhea Ripley has ever done. And then I think she had that visa. Her visa got expired, and she had to go back. And then they just haven't really done anything with her lately. And I think you might be right. You might be right. But I'm going to go with Bayley because I do like Bayley. Bayley as a heel is phenomenal. Bayley versus Sasha in the NXT Takeover in Brooklyn was the greatest ladies match I've ever seen. And they need to get back to ladies matches like that to captivate the audience and make it. And I do love Charlotte Flair too. Yes, they did showcase her perfectly in the Mae Young Classic. You know you're wrestling, brother. Yeah, so I mean, and I don't know who's going to come in. I think maybe Chelsea Green shows up. She didn't get that good shake when she broke her arm, and then she went to Impact Wrestling. But I think she might show up. Like I said, Jacqueline or Ivory shows up. Alita will probably show up. But they have some girls from NXT, and now it's a shame what Mandy Rose happened to Mandy Rose because I'd love Mandy Rose to. She was doing some great stuff. The most improved wrestler in the PWI magazine. You know, now she's making more money than she ever made in pro wrestling. But maybe does she go back into wrestling? I don't know. Maybe to AEW. I don't know. Impact, she would be a star. She would be a star wherever she goes. She can talk on a mic and she looks like $1 million and she can wrestle. So it's a shame she's not in the Royal Rumble. So we'll have to see who will. Please no Trish. No, I don't know. I don't know if Trish would. I don't know. Trish is doing like TV hosting shows in Canada. Yeah, I don't know. Trish is still great looking, still satisfaction guaranteed. But I don't know because they're going to have some women from Raw, women from SmackDown, women from NXT sprinkled in with some Hall of Famers, and then maybe somebody that they had signed that nobody knows about. And I might go with Chelsea Green because, like I said, if Chelsea's coming, her husband Matt Cardona might come too. Maybe because Impact and WWE let Mickie James come in with the Impact Ladies Championship in a Royal Rumble. And Mickie James just won the title against Jordynne Grace in the last pay-per-view. But I don't think that Mickie James will get that opportunity again. I think that was a one-time opportunity for her. But also Chelsea Green can come in and her husband, Matt Cardona, could come in to the guys' Rumble because they could get a package deal. They might both sign him. I don't know. Maybe Matt Cardona is making more money doing independent stuff than he did because he can do his own thing. But maybe he gets a one-shot deal to go in with his wife, both of them on each Rumble. I don't know, but we'll have to see. But I believe Edge will make an appearance in the Rumble. And I believe the return of Cody Rhodes come back from that torn pec, which was gruesome when he fought Seth Rollins in the cage, which was just, I don't know how anybody did that match. That match was great. Okay. Paul says he filed trademarks on Zack Ryder stuff lately too. So he'll come back as Zack Ryder. Woo, 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 or however the hell he talked. I don't know. But yeah, if he shows up, you know, he could do his own thing. He's pretty much made his money on independence, which God bless him. I wish I'd have made money on independence. I got a hamburger and a hot dog. Not even a hot dog. I got a hot dog with I got a bun with no hot dog and a Coke. Sometimes not even that. But yes, I think Cody Rhodes will return in the Rumble. A lot of people have speculated that Cody Rhodes will win the Rumble. But I'm going to not say that. Jacob, thanks for tuning in. I am to the Triple B experience. I am not going to take the obvious of Cody Rhodes. This is why. I am going to pick Sammy. Chris Lash treated you better than that. Yeah. Well, I can tell you stories, but well, God bless him. But yeah, well, yeah. He was his own individual, he was. And I'll just leave it at that, Paul. He was yeah. He burned every bridge he possibly could see. You can't do that. You got to treat everybody with respect, and you got to be nice to people. I try. You know, I mean, I really, really seriously do. I try to say hello to everybody I see. You know, I don't think I'm better than anybody else, but then sometimes my ego kicks in that sometimes, you know, oh, Donnie says, now, Donnie, would you take the swerve as Sami Zayn taking the Rumble? That's what I'm picking. There's your swerve. Oh, hey, Sammy, you got to go over the top. the bloodline, hey, go over the top to their enforcer, and he turns and throws him over, and captures. I'm telling you, Sami Zayn is money right now for the WWE. Everybody's talking about it. Tell that to. Oh my God, that's funny. Apostle John. Yeah. Yeah, I can tell you about Apostle John telling Jake the Snake Roberts that he wants him to ref his match, and Jake damn near killing him with a steel chair in Tyrone, Pennsylvania. If it wasn't for the low drop ceiling, the Apostle John Smith probably would have been dead to rights by Jake the Snake Roberts. That is a true story. That is an experience, and that's what I'm talking about here on these podcast shows, because that is true. That I've seen it with my own eyes, because I hurt my leg, couldn't wrestle the show, but I was the bell keeper. And yes, you never, ever, ever say that to a vet. Never. And that's what you get. You got a receipt. Oh, yeah. It's okay, brother. It happens. You heard it. Yeah, every day you heard it. Yeah. So, yeah, my take is going to be Sami Zayn winning the Rumble and going against Roman Reigns. That'll be huge, because but I like I said before, in the middle of the show, there's talk of Stone Cold facing Roman Reigns. The Stone Cold Steve Austin come out at number 29 and take the Rumble and go to WrestleMania to face Roman Reigns. Sean, thanks for tuning into the Triple B Experience. Does that happen? You guys have to tune in. It's on Peacock. 7 o'clock kickoff show, 8 o'clock. You know what I mean? Spin the belts. Cody one night, Zayn second night. Oh, well, yeah, they sold over 100,000 tickets for this WrestleMania event. But like I said, Paul, the Stone Cold Steve Austin come out at number 29. If he's been training, because he's lifting some weights. Sharon, thanks for tuning in to the Triple B Experience podcast show. I'm the host, Bad Bubba Brewer. That's why it's a Triple B. And it's always experience when I get on a podcast show, or it's always an experience when I go shopping, or it's an experience when I go eating. And sometimes I don't get good service, and sometimes I do get good service. It's always a gamble. Always. Always. But I appreciate you guys tuning in Friday night. And I'm trying to, I think I'm going to do Friday nights on this show, and Wednesday for the Steeler Triple B Black Gold Dynasty show, which is all Steeler talk. And I'm going to get like interviews, like I said, when I started the show, interviews on this show for a lot of people. I know Donnie's still listening. Donnie and Chris is my first guys that I want to get on this show to do an interview, and it'll be a good interview. And those two guys are the best. Those guys were best in the business, and they're good people in and out of the ring. Yeah, thanks, brother. Even if I'm a Pittsburgh fan, yes. Thanks, Paul. Well, I guess good luck to your Eagles on Sunday, brother, at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. Good luck to you. Hey, I don't blame you, man. You got a game away from the Super Bowl. But I appreciate you, Paul, popping on and talking some wrestling and some football. And I appreciate everybody for tuning in. And I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. Doing these podcast shows, sometimes it's very, very hard. But other times sometimes it's easy. But it's hard to when I do this on the fly. When I get a couple topics that I talk about that I think people will enjoy. And these are all the topics that I love. And like I said, this year is going to be a great year for me because, hey, in October, I'm tying a knot. Whether she knows I just announced this on social media, like I said, I talked about catering. Yes. So in October, it'll be the day. I am so ready to marry my tag team partner, and I am so ready to entertain you guys. And if you haven't hit like and subscribe on the YouTube channel, you can go to the YouTube on the channel and subscribe, hit like to the Triple B Experience. Now, these shows are always on Spotify. I download them for audio so you guys can listen to them in your car or do whatever. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in to this first episode, historic episode with this new format. Thanks, Paul. Thank you so much for this new format. I've got the Macho Man shirt tonight. We talk wrestling. And like I said, I'm going to do a lot more interviews, and I'm going to try to keep doing what I'm doing because I like doing this, and I'm not going to stop doing this because the podcasting world is very, very good. This is let's just put it this way, people. This is my sense of maybe social, or it's kind of therapy for me to talk about stuff I like to talk about. So, and I like to help people out, and I always have, and I always will. And if people want to come on and, promote some stuff, just get a hold of me. You come on. You got a business. Come on. If you want to talk pop culture, come on. This is, this is what I'm all about, and this is what I enjoy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Donnie. I can't wait to get you, and I can't wait to get Team Tap Out. And I can't wait to talk about the concept of how Team Tap Out became to be, and all that stuff. You guys will have some great stories and some inspiring stories, and I cannot wait to get you guys into the studio. It'll be great. And you guys need to tune in for this one. It's been in the works for many years. If you guys know Donnie Fulmer in Marion Center, he's a coach. He's a good man for the community, and he was also at one time one half of the APWF Tag Team Champions called Team Tap Out with Full Contact Chris Coleman, and they were bad mammer jammers. And it'll bring a tear to my eye because I love that tag team, and they had some good stuff, and I'm glad that they were champions in the company that I ran, and God bless them. But I tell you what, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm so excited. I'm so hyper. Like I said, I am ready to do more, and I will on the Triple B Experience, where we talk about pop culture and all this kind of stuff. Like you guys asked me questions tonight. Thank you for Shane Stollermiller and his family and friends at his house watching me on a TV. I appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody that tunes into this. I do. I appreciate everybody that jumps on my Facebook page so I can say hello to you guys. And if you guys comments, I can talk about it and bring it to the show. You guys interact with me, and I love interacting with you. And that's how it's going to be on this first historic episode of the Triple B Experience. It's been around. The Triple B Experience podcast has been around for a while. It's not going nowhere, and we are churning strong. And we're going to get some guests to do some interviews. And like I said, see me this Wednesday on the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty, where we talk the Pittsburgh Steelers, the greatest sports franchise in all the world. So thank you guys for tuning in. You guys have a great Friday night and have a great weekend. I'll see you guys Wednesday. Just please hit like and share, subscribe, tell all your friends, tell everybody about Bad Bubba Brewer talking about pop culture and stuff, and just being as entertaining as he can be. And we can talk about stuff. You guys ask the questions. I'll give you guys the answers. Thank you guys so much. I seriously, God bless you guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys. You have a great night and a better tomorrow. And I'll see you guys Wednesday for the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show. Peace out, people.